let's have a look here at Luther Morgan's latest expose of Jeremy Hambly's coffee empire.
I'm Luther Morgan, and welcome to America's Least
America Fights Back. America's Least Wanted Coffee. This show is awesome, man.
I used to watch it
longest
every
running
weekend.
shows on TV, man.
It was
on
so
forever.
good.
Wanted Coffee. Tonight, we'll be discussing Jeremy Hambly and Coffee Brand Coffee, America's Least Wanted Coffee. There are a few updates on Coffee Brand Coffee. I'll be reviewing those as well as going through the timeline of the company, some tidbits that I thought were very interesting. Let's get into the show. There are some new developments with Hambly and Coffee Brand Coffee. We are on the Walmart arc. Hambly's curious desire to get into retail is some kind of proof of success and to own the A-logs has yet to materialize. But has Jeremy actually applied to get into Walmart? Or is this one of his tall tales?
No.
You have to remember that this guy lies about everything.
True.
Years ago, he was talking about getting into Walmart.
There's nothing stopping Coffee Brand Coffee from being in the grocery stores. Maybe
I mean,
as
other
soon as
than
the end of
reality.
this year, hopefully by next year.
You know?
And in convenience stores and things like that.
What?
We really are.
Like everything
Yeah,
having
I'm
to
sure
do with
it's going to
Hambly,
be in
you have to
7-Eleven
fact-check him.
any fucking
Well,
day now.
there might
Circle
actually be
K
some
any day.
truth.
Circle
to his
K at the shell.
applying for Walmart claims.
It looks
Don,
like he
for you-
has been applying. You can see here, it was found in his search bar, Walmart seller. He's applying.
Wow.
404 News reported about some web history results that Hambly had in
I like how Don is just officially a real news guy. Like,
Oh, yes.
from 404
I mean,
News.
as newsworthy as Jer could be. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, it's still fucking Jer. Right? Like,
his search bar. I know, right? This guy never learns. He's always exposing himself with the search bar. But it does look like he's pursuing Walmart. Oh boy.
zero OPSEC.
One of the other indicators Hambly is working towards Walmart was that he updated his packaging. This was reported by Kino Grove on X.
Bro,
This address.
I love how professional this is at this point. They've really like fine-tuned the A-logging to a fine science. Like it's a well-oiled machine. Everybody's getting their credit and their shout-outs for their reporting. It's fine. If somebody misses something, it used to be like, oh, fuck, if I missed it or Return of the Mac and Cheese missed it, it was fucking over. But now you got Luther, you got Dawn, you got Kino Grove,
And-
you got Hotep. There's a mission. Misty Moshi's checking Luther's work to make sure it's all solid. Jer's
I've also noticed too, there's like transitions. It's very like funny but professional. Whereas old A-logging was like so grimy and like weird and twist. Here's like, welcome to the A-logging of Jeremy Hambly. Like, it's like this perfect. Like,
Mill Creek Roasters city, state, and zip code. This essentially confirms in my mind that
What's
Mill Creek
amazing
is still
too is that all of this is possible. It's not even centralized. Like nobody is working with anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody just on their own is just independently felting Hambly 6 ways to Sunday.
Amin
buddy.
Copium, Nina Infinity, Camelot.
Even like Nicholas Dorio is getting
Dorio.
in on it.
Yeah.
Everybody's in on it now.
It's really fun.
primary supplier. Walmart probably told Jeremy
Venti.
that his BS Phoenix, Arizona sticker he put on a month ago or so was not adequate
Oh, the
and made him change
stickers
it to
don't
the actual
cut it,
info
eh?
of the coffee roaster. Also, they probably told him the package needed a Best Buy date. This is also something missing from the original CBC
Bro,
packaging.
can you imagine getting your coffee brand coffee like the Jack-o'-lantern blend 7 months late? It's like 7 months past the Best Buy date. This is the shit that he was doing, man. But there's no Best Buy date. But he's a totally legitimate coffee company. Like
The
he was selling
Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern coffee in July. This was like,
The Jack-o'-lantern.
Both myself, Misty Mochi, and others who bought it have photographic evidence showing that CBC didn't include that on prior packaging. Seems kind of like common sense, but that would elude Hambly because he doesn't
it's not
actually
too
drink the
common to
coffee.
Jer.
I don't know if the new packaging is compliant.
That's the
If we
thing
can-
that blows me away, right? You got a guy who owns a coffee company. who doesn't drink coffee on stream, but drinks energy drinks, his number one competitor. Like, what was he thinking?
So stupid.
Like, at least put the energy drink in a coffee cup and pretend like you're drinking your coffee.
Exactly.
You know, like, come on, man. Like,
cup
Phil
locks.
figured this out years ago with his gin, but Jared can't figure it out.
Consult the FDA handbook, page 6. The packaging only needs the name, city, state, zip code if the actual address
He's
is
doing
found
the
in
bare
the city
minimum
directory
here,
or
folks.
phone.
He's skating by.
Oh, I see.
Because CBC's real address isn't listed in a phone book, newspaper of record, business entity paperwork with the Utah
No, you're right,
Secretary.
Secret Seeker. It is like when CEOs refuse to eat their own product. It's exactly like the Campbell's CEO's like, I'm not going to eat that fucking shit. Because Jer actually does know how bad the coffee is and probably what sort of fuck shit they do to it. So he's like, I'm not drinking that shit.
It's like
I know
the-
it's filled with Indian or
This
whatever.
guy, the McDonald's guy who was like eating it like he's like the first
Yes.
time he ever tasted a burger.
of State, or even
He
their
was
own
stressed.
Yeah.
website. I doubt this is actually compliant. But like most things Hambly does, it is just enough to skate by with the bare minimum effort. It walks the tightrope of barely complying with the law, at the same time doesn't fully give the A-Logs a win. But Coffee Brand
Good
Coffee
job,
is
Jer.
Mill Creek. It's pretty much all but confirmed in name.
Yes.
One of the funniest parts about America's Least Wanted Coffee is how many people believe that Hambly copied Tim Pool's Cast Brew coffee. CBC,
Well, it makes sense because he's
CBC,
obsessed with
it's
him
almost-
and all day.
Hambly's pining after Pool.
Do people know? Pause. I just want to make this known, okay? For those of you who don't know, Jeremy has admitted that he won't make a video on a topic if Tim Pool has already talked about it, because he says that nobody will want to watch him if they've already seen Tim's opinion, which is a very pathetic mentality. So basically to say that you provide no area of expertise or knowledge beyond Tim, and you're nothing compared to Tim. Pretty
Yeah.
sad.
By the way, I thought that picture of Cast Brew Coffee, I thought that was the same street where Bull's Gym was.
It kind of looks like
Right?
it, doesn't
Like,
it?
I'm
Yeah.
like, buddy, the meme magic if Bull's Gym was right next to Cast Brew.
Pool is legendary. Hambly has tried to emulate Pool so much, many people believe Hambly copied Pool.
Yep.
However, Hambly actually beat Tim Pool to the punch by 2 years. Hambly
And what's funny is I actually have a rant from back in the day. We're going to get to it at some point
Mhm.
on a day that's more slow with Jer developments, where Jer is like cursing out Tim Pool and saying he's going to have to destroy Tim because Tim dared to step to his coffee business and he's going to slime Tim Pool out and he betrayed him and all this shit. It was crazy.
What?
Coffee Brand Coffee in 2022. Pool created Roberto Beeks Jr. Enterprises, the parent company of Cast Brew Coffee, in 2024. One strange coincidence is that Cast Brew
That's amazing.
Coffee filed their franchise disclosure document on January 2nd, 2025. That very day, Coffee Brand Coffee filed their trademark application. Both CBC
Weird.
and CBC were poised for expansion in 2025.
Wait. Oh my God. CBC and CBC.
Oh,
I know, right?
Oh
I know,
my
right? It
God.
sounds like this petty move from Tim just to that's how Jared took it. Was that Tim was doing it just to fuck with him and destroy his business. And he got drunk out of his mind and started seething at Tim.
Bro.
Pursue similar business models. Coffee Brand Coffee is a white label product which sought out an affiliate program of influencers, maybe even create a white label of a white label for select influencers.
He
Cast
did it
Brew
one
Coffee
time.
would do the same, with Cast Brew having the influencers directly on the bags themselves. Alex Stein, Redheaded Libertarian, Seamus of Freedom Tunes, all frequent
love how-
contributors.
All of these people went with Tim Pool instead of Jer, even though Jer had his brand for 2 years, like more than Tim. They're like, no, we're going to stick with the professional Tim. Sorry, Jer. Suffer, Jer.
I didn't know any of this.
To Timcast would be featured on their coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee would try to do the same. However, their small network of affiliates were quickly abandoned by Hambly for reasons unknown.
because it didn't work and it was a total failure is why, obviously.
This is amazing, dude.
Perhaps he couldn't be bothered.
Cast Brew Coffee grand opening in Martinsburg, West Virginia. You want to go, you need to go, and you've got to be a member at timcast.com in the Discord to get your tickets.
Okay, pause.
Cast Brew Coffee
Why
would
would
also
you need to be a member to go to his coffee shop? Isn't that kind of a idea? Like, wouldn't you want like just random local people in West Virginia to go to the grand opening?
Yeah.
You know, considering they'd be your repeat customers or whatever. I don't know.
I guess it's supposed to be like, I don't know. It's like a, fan excitement.
How to get your tickets, I guess.
Yeah,
But let's
something
hear.
like
Let's hear. That's the reason I mentioned this is because we're gonna here. Let's just continue.
Okay.
pursue physical locations. They had an ambitious franchise plan. I covered that in a video on the channel. The franchise locations have never materialized, but Cast Brew did open their flagship store last week. However, any updates on the store is absent from their social media. Maybe nobody showed up, to their opening party.
That's what
and it
I
was
think
super
happened.
embarrassing. The Cast Brew
'Cause
website
if they did have all of these people RSVP tickets, wouldn't you show video of everybody at the event and having fun?
Oh, but he'll say this. He'll say, "Oh, but that's doxing people, so I didn't want to do that."
I guess.
I'm just being
I-
as fair.
I-
I'm being devil's advocate
You
here.
know, it's okay. Yeah.
also hasn't been updated with their store location address. That's
But is it
kinda
going to
weird.
ask yourself, right? Somebody in chat brought this up. Would you travel cross country to go to some guy's coffee shop?
No,
No,
no, that's crazy.
it's crazy.
That's unhinged.
Hambly
Like
would
I would do that for like a show or like.
And by the way, it's not like it's some city people might want to go. It's some village in West Virginia.
yeah.
dream about opening a physical location or a pop-up location, whatever the hell that means, but this would never materialize. Cask Brew was unambiguously white labeled, with the name of the
Yes.
roaster right there on the packaging.
That's how you do it.
That's how it
literally-
has to be. Unless Quartering actually did have a factory, which is what he sold to everybody. Like, I've just bought a coffee company. I have the facility. I have the equipment. He just lied to everybody. He misrepresented everything. It was bullshit.
Like what you say is, oh, it's white label, but I tasted all the flavors and I picked the best ones. It's got our logo and stuff.
What
It's
you
cool.
actually do is just be like, we got to start somewhere, and maybe one day we'll own all the facility. And you know what I mean? Just be transparent with
Yeah.
people about what's going on, and you wouldn't have any issue.
Exactly.
This roaster has the lowest health safety rating in the state of New York. with mouse
No, really, Tim? Fuck, suffer, Tim, suffer, bitch.
poop and other violations noted at the
Rat
last
poop?
inspection.
No, buddy, there were gnaw marks on the packaging materials. Do you see this?
Ew.
There's 50 to 65 fresh and old mouse droppings are present on the floor perimeters. Packaging materials on the shelf exhibited gnaw marks. Oh no, Tim.
Jeez.
They also
That's
cover-
not good.
Imagine the rats there, all hyped up on caffeine, like it's all high and shit.
Covered that in a video on the channel. Coffee Brand Coffee is also unambiguously white label. However, for some reason, Coffee Brand Coffee is $4 more expensive than Cask Brew, or roughly
Because he's a
20%
scammer.
more expensive. It always confused me why Hambly's coffee is so expensive, at the same time always talking about scaling and driving down costs. How is it possible that despite handling more of the business in-house compared to Pool, which should lead to lower costs, Pool's coffee is lower priced? If Hambly handles more of the
Yeah,
process,
how does that
not
work
outsource-
there, Jer? That doesn't make sense, does it, bud?
The
It.
scam.
Coffee brand lower price than Tim Pool's Cask Brew. Now you could say, well, it's because Tim Pool charges shipping. Well, if you buy coffee off of coffeebrandcoffee.com, it has the same price as Amazon, and they tack on the shipping cost. There are a few possibilities. The first is that Hambly runs his company extremely inefficiently. He just pays
Possible.
more money to vendors, suppliers, and extra shipping costs. The second possibility is that Hambly's profit margins are way higher than he leads on. He publicly states he makes around $1 a bag, which is almost nothing.
All available at cbcamazon.com. We make about $1 a bag. It's not going to lead to early retirement, but we are building something that is not dropship garbage like everyone else.
The reality is, had he done anything right, he would easily be able to retire today. The fact that he can't retire is shocking. How many millions of dollars does one man need to make?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because he was just like, how could I spend this on vanity? Like vanity. He didn't think about the future at all. He thought he was going to be making more money year by year.
Forever.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All shipping.
Which, by the way,
free.
he always told everybody, like, oh, I only got a year or two. I got to be smart. Like, he always said the right thing.
Yeah.
That this wouldn't last forever, but he acted as though it would last forever. Right?
He was hood rich. Exactly.
Overnight from Amazon. I make about $1 a bag, not getting rich on this stuff. What I'm trying to do is build a business that exists outside of YouTube. So if you want to support us, we've got a coffee that I just know.
My personal speculation is that his per unit sale has a very high margin. However, there are very high business expenses and losses, extra shipping costs, flavors that don't sell, expired stock which gets thrown away, and Amazon fulfillment costs. The operations profit margins shrink to nothing. Just think of all the failed flavors. One batch of tangerine, cherry cordial, or tiger's blood, all of which were admitted failures according to Hambly, would be tens of thousands of dollars in losses.
So he probably loses money on this shit.
Yeah.
It's all vanity project to pretend he's this big man. And this is the final Hail Mary, is trying to put it in Walmart in the hopes that it'll save him. But it's just going to completely finish him once and for all.
Got to sell a lot of $1 blueberry cobbler to make up the difference. There is also the possibility Coffee Brand Coffee loses money on every bag.
What are the oranges for?
One of the great unsolved coffee mysteries is why Jeremy Hambly started a coffee company. But also, why does he keep it going? I've spent a lot of time thinking.
To pretend us and pretend to the haters.
It's to pretend he's this business mogul and this genius. It's just funny. The guy's whole backstory, for those of you who remember when we first started making fun of him, Jared did this whole cope session where he was talking about how he built this marketing company by himself, basically, and the owner exploited him and wouldn't give him a percentage of the company because Jer was a bohemian rebel that wore ripped jeans to the office. So Jer told the guy to get fucked and started his own marketing company that never went anywhere and was a total failure, called Marketing Sheriff. And it's just like, Jer, you are not a business king. You are not a mogul. You're a fuck. The only business you've ever built on your own that's had any sort of success is one that are able to build. One where you just post a bunch of slop to YouTube. You know, there's no overhead, there's no employees, you're not managing anything. The moment you've ever tried to expand beyond that and go above your station in life, you get felted. But he wants people to desperately believe that he's this marketing guru or this genius, but he is not.
By the way, in this picture, in this freeze frame, it looks like he has oranges in the reflection of his sunglasses, no?
Does it ever?
It looks like he's looking at oranges.
It really does.
More time thinking about it than maybe Hambly has thought about it. And his decision to continue running his coffee company doesn't really make sense, even if you examine his history from his perspective. He's a low-effort bum. So at least from his perspective,
I laughed so hard when I first heard that from Luther, because it's like one of my phrases coming from such a serious guy.
He's had no problem abandoning projects in the past. He abandoned Game Finder. He abandoned exclusively games once it ran out of money. He abandoned the Publica once it ran out of money. Coffee Brand Coffee is his own money. So quitting CBC should be an even easier decision than his failed crowd-funded projects. He also abandoned many of his YouTube channels once he got bored or their content was less monetizable compared to other content, and his time was spent best doing other things.
So old that Jeremy has hair. That's so petty and so kingly of Luther to do that, really. What a fucking legend, buddy.
Oh.
He abandoned them. That was the rational decision. If he made rational decisions in the past, at least from his perspective, why does he make these irrational decisions now? I have a personal theory I'd like to share with you.
Okay.
It's just my opinion.
Let's hear it.
It didn't click for me until Hambly started talking about his degenerate gambling, wasting money on slot machines, and lack of true accounting of his losses. What drives the gambler? At first, it's the dopamine hit of the game. Once he begins to lose money, they begin chasing their losses. Once they become committed to getting back to even, they fall further and further behind. Hambly publicly stated he is $380,000 in debt over Coffee Brand Coffee, and those are just the losses we know about. Just like his gambling, the losses are probably...
Oh, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
He's made maybe $1 grand.
That's the thing. It's all a sunk cost fallacy, isn't it? Like, he's in too deep, and he still believes this is going to turn everything around and save him. He just has to get into Walmart. But the losses are just going to keep going and going and going. Just get worse and worse. It's tough.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Much higher. I don't think CBC has ever turned a profit over the lifetime of the company. Now, it's possible at the very beginning of CBC, when Hambly was at the peak of his popularity in 2022, CBC may have been profitable for a short time.
Sure.
However, as Hambly's viewership has declined since then, I think CBC sales have
Look
similarly...
at that shit, man! What a nightmare disaster, buddy.
He's almost back to 2017.
Yeah, he's back at the level of 2017, 2018. And he's on trajectory to go even lower. He peaked at 27 million views. Last month, he only did 3 million, bro.
Oh!
He had a temporary spike with Carmelo Anthony to 6 million, but it's been cut in half.
Was it 6 million?
It was. It was actually 6 million this time. You know?
Okay.
And then it went down to 3 million. And who knows what it's going to be this month without the shorts to help? It's going to be completely man.
Blind, because the only place that advertises CBC is Hambly's channel. With this massive debt looming and declining sales, Hambly started chasing his losses, just like a gambler.
Yes! Literally.
I agree.
That. Yes. It's the addiction of gambling. Like, it's actually with his YouTube, right? And what his YouTube is, put more money into ads to
just
get that hit.
Pouring more money into his advertising to fix it.
And
keep shelling the coffee more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the same shit.
Yep.
I think he was in trouble and needed an injection of cash as early as 2024. In February of 2025, he took out a $300,000 home equity line of credit, and he announced...
What millionaire does that? What millionaire takes a line of credit?
On their home.
On their home?
That they already have a $1.7 million mortgage on.
Oh.
And then balloons their payment from $8,300 a month to $10,300 a month.
$10,000.
Which he has to come up with every single month. That's just the minimum of his nut. That's before utilities. That's before property tax. That's before groceries. That's before the maintenance on all of his stupid shit at the property, his saltwater fish tank. This guy is not even making 10 grand a month on YouTube right now. I don't.
No, it's three.
So he's drowning, man.
No.
He's
maybe 5 on a good month or something. Yeah, it's over. It's over.
In March of 2025.
Oh, by the way, the cars... His wife's lifestyle.
Yeah. You really think he claims he paid for all the cars in cash? I really doubt it.
Prove it.
You know. But by the way, he also claims that he leases a lot of his vehicles. So that's another payment that he has to come up with if he's leasing them.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He was in $300,000 in debt over the coffee business.
we really are at an inflection point where a lot of
Oh,
companies.
Papa Stope.
take-
A lot of people are like, he leases. Why would you lease? You guys must have missed the car lease business meeting. So there was an episode of this show. I don't blame you if you stopped watching during it, where Quartering did a half-hour presentation. He actually like pulled out a whiteboard, like he pulled up like Microsoft Paint, and he started explaining why it's superior to lease a vehicle than to actually own it. And he argued with people about it for like 45 minutes straight. I'm not kidding.
On investors. You know, I've got $300,000 almost floating right now in debt. I'm just being dead serious because of the huge stock up for Mother's Day.
In my view, chasing his losses is the only reason that makes sense as to why he continues with Coffee Brand Coffee. This also explains why he is taking larger and larger risks, wasting more and more money, like trying to get into Walmart. Spending $30,000 on new packaging to get into Walmart would be enough to sink any small business. Now he also wants to get into Target. It's a deeper and deeper hole for a gambler to get out of. Hambly is pulling the lever on the slot machine again and again, trying to get triple oranges.
Yo!
Nailed it. Nailed it. I love how it all ties into the casino as well. The soliloquy here. Take it away, Luther.
Go, hit it.
So he can hit the coffee company jackpot. This would be CBC getting bought out by a larger food company or private equity, and then he can retire a multimillionaire. But that is never going to happen.
No!
He just keeps losing more and more money. And just like a gambling addict, they come up with all kinds of rationalizations,
What's crazy, though, is like,
justifications.
what would a private equity or a larger company even buy? The right to get white label coffee from Mill Creek? Like, there's no actual equipment that he owns, no assets that he owns. None of it's proprietary. There's no brand. It's Coffee Brand Coffee. No one knows what the fuck that is. The only value of the company is that it's run by Hambly. So his fans will buy it. But if he's not there to shill it every day to the few fans that do exist, the company literally has zero value at all.
Mm-hmm.
Pipe dream.
And excuses on why they have to keep pulling the lever of the slot machine. Now that I see CBC as part of Hambly's gambling addiction, and we all see how it's ruined his life, I would strongly urge anyone with a gambling addiction to seek help. And if you're watching this, Hambly, that includes you. The downward spiral of addiction is no laughing matter.
Oh,
if you have a gambling problem,
The only one casino you should go to is the Kino casino.
That's right.